not a game, it's a rich thing.
I didn't film much of it, but that's the downpipe. I took the post frequency and turned that way up. It has less heat input, which gives it quite a bit of color. I want to go ahead and test fit this. So let's put this on the Supra real quick. All right, everybody, we're to the point where we want to install this. This is the Y pipe that came with the Power Sound Electronic Cutout. And as you can tell, there's a few components here. We got the Y. There's two 3-inch 3-bolt gaskets. There's 3 bolts with the lock washers. And then you got this section here, this flange, V-band flange, so that you can put, you know, quote unquote, a screamer pipe on it. This is the pipe you can put on there if you want. I think it's unnecessary because it's always bulky. And when you install stuff like this, it's always a tight squeeze. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. There's 2 things that I'm looking for in this. I want to have this as close as the turbo as possible so that when it's open, it will act as an open downpipe, which means it gets the most power possible. And then the second thing is fitment issue. If you look at the top of it, you kind of got to make sure that your ground clearance is good. So besides that, I also have to V-band this. So on this side and that side of the downpipe, I also need to put a V-band so it's easy accessible. So let's go ahead and start making this work. All right, this is where I'm at so far. I gotten the flange on the Y pipe tacked up there. Then also got the flange on these 2 pies tacked up. I made my 3 marks. I'm trying to tell you, this mess is hard to do with one person, trying to hold all this crap together, mark it, tack it, yada, yada, yada. I've made my 3 marks over here as well. So now I'm about to tack everything together and bolt everything up and see exactly how good it looks so I can continue on with the exhaust. All right, everybody. So far I got everything tacked up. We got plenty of clearance around here, plenty of clearance in between the downpipe and the heat shield. The orientation of this is the only place it can fit. It couldn't fit up here. It couldn't fit down here because it'd be too low. It's kind of close to the transpan, but it's not touching. And probably we'll run the harness across like so. And then the 13 millimeter right there that looks like it might be hard to get to. You can get to it with 13 and an extension. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all of this, weld it up, and then we'll start on this portion. There's the flange. Came out pretty good. I did it on 110 amps. 110 amps. Hey, I just want to share some information. I bought this magnetic dial indicator holder from Harbor Freight, and that thing has been working out nice. I'm using it for not even what it's designed to be used for. That didn't come out too bad. Not at all. I think I've gotten this little bit, this small bead pattern. I think I kind of like that. Give it a little bit of flavor, a lot of color. And then for the downpipe, we ain't looking for no penetration, meaning that I don't have to purge this. So I think this is good. So I should be able to install it into that for the last time. All right, I went back to my trusty stainless steel welding wire, bent it to shape to get the idea of what kind of bend I needed. I want to utilize this aftermarket downpipe because it has the secondary O2 sensor in there. Actually, now I think about it, we don't even need that, so I probably need to make a block off for it, or I could just screw it in there and it would prevent an exhaust leak. But either way, this is the bend I got. That's where I've made my mark. So let me throw that in the bandsaw, cut it, and let's test fit it. So that's the mid pipe for the MK4 so far. Now we down to this section where we're gonna go from a 3-inch to a 4-inch. The tail half section of the exhaust is gonna be 4-inch. So let me go ahead and get everything ready for that, and then we'll fully weld this up.